Hey, it's Kayla, respiratory therapist. Let's talk about some tips and tricks for traveling. It's always going to be important that your device is completely dry before you pack it away. If you aren't sure how your items fit in your bag, if you refer to the inner parts of your bag, most bags have some type of map on the inside that will help you to determine how everything fits. This is an old AirSense 10 bag. It tells me exactly where my tubing goes, where my device fits, where my humidifier fits. You can see the little picture here, where I can fit my mask as well as my electrical cord. Should have about the same thing inside. It always helps as a little refresher when you're trying to pop all those things in there. If you're going to take a flight, your device will count as a medical device. So the majority of airlines are not going to charge you a carry-on fee. Your device is only going to be covered through insurance every 5 years, so carrying it on is going to be the best for your device. When you have your device checked in your bag, you run the chance of A, losing it, and B, when it's underneath the plane, typically it's in like a depressurized cabin. And I've worked with a lot of pilots in the past who have had their devices in those units, and over time it's actually caused some issues with their device and they've had to prematurely get those replaced. My best suggestion is just to always carry it with you through the airport. When you check in for a flight, just let the flight attendant know that you have a CPAP. When you go through TSA, your device will need to go through just like your tech, your shoes. So just lay it out and it will go through and get scanned. Great idea to also have a copy of your prescription inside of that bag in case they do have any questions. Most TSA agents are very familiar with the bags because they see a lot of them. In addition to, you're going to see a lot of them too. So get a little identification tag for your bag, no less, just to help you identify your bag from someone else's. Getting across the world and realizing that you have somebody else's crusty CPAP in your bag could literally be a vacation ruiner 100%. Did you know that when your device turns off, it has a cool flow cycle? That's like typically represented by a little snowflake that's flashing in the top right corner, on and off. That cool flow cycle is to help internally dry out your tubing so there's no bacterial growth during the day while it's static, but it's also meant to help push any type of moisture that's remaining on the internal components out and to make sure that it's dry. So best practice before you pack your bag up to go on vacation or when you're packing your bag up from vacation to go home. Wake up, wipe your mask off, lay it on your bed. Come back in about 20-30 minutes. After that cool flow is done, you'll see that the snowflake has stopped flashing. That's when you're going to remove that humidifier chamber, rinse it under the sink, stand it up, and allow it to air dry. Some people have suggested putting paper towels and rags and things like that on the internal parts of the humidifier. However, my suggestion is against that because if there's any particles or components of that paper towel that are remaining in that humidifier chamber, next time you go to fill the water up, you could potentially inhale those products. So if you can, just leave that humidifier out and allow it to air dry. So many people have come in and said, hey, I just got back from vacation and I forgot this part at the hotel. If you visit my website, you're going to find a travel list and it's going to lay out literally everything that you could potentially need. And what it does is it works as a great system checklist when you're getting your things together to go on vacation. But most importantly, it also works as a system checklist when you're packing things up at your hotel to ensure that you have everything and everything gets home safely as well. Visit my website, cozycloudrespiration.com, and you can find this download.